Good morning. This is a video about how touching has changed during COVID-19. So Ronan, today's assignment is about haptics. Haptics are about how we communicate with touch. So don't think about every single way your life has changed because of COVID-19. Just the way that communicating or touching has changed. Could you give me some examples?
I think some examples would be with church greeting has changed. I cannot hug my family members that aren't, I'm living in their house every day with. And, I don't know another one.
What about like the birthday parties?
Yeah, we've been just doing drive-by party things. We can't really, have an actual birthday party or can't really share anything. Usually, and I give presents to my grandparents, I even have to, they disinfect them for 1 or 2 days, so.
Okay, thank you very much for taking the time to answer my questions. Now we're going to do a second interview. Braxton, you heard the question as I phrased it for Ronan. This is about haptics, the way we communicate via touch, and how it has changed for you during the current COVID-19 situation.
Well, because of the coronavirus/COVID-19 situation, I have not been able to even communicate physically with many people, which completely alleviates any touch or any way to communicate with non-verbal gestures or anything like that.
Okay.
As well, I recently finished driver's ed, and during driver's ed, we were restricted by the things that we could touch.
Okay.
We could only touch the stuff we brought with us, and then we were given one clipboard, which every person kept at home or with them at all times. They were not shared, and no one else was supposed to touch them. We were not given textbooks with the driver's ed course, which is traditional. Instead, we were given a PDF file of the driver's ed textbook with the content that we are going to go over.
Cool.
As well, I have seen some people that I know physically once over the COVID-19 situation.
So, like your close group of friends?
Yes,
okay.
And we stood ample distance away from each other and just talked for quite a while. This was very different because usually, we would either be playing a game
right.
or using same utensils. Well, not the same utensils, but the same
implements. Maybe I know this is not winter, but like the snowmobile at Wyatt's or four-wheeler. Hey, you drive it. Hey, you drive it. You guys didn't do that.
We did not do that. We stood in a circle and spoke for a few hours.
Cool. Thank you very much for taking time to answer my question. Okay, so now here's my own perspectives after my 2 interviews. The 2 situations that I really noticed a difference in the way that I was communicating via touch during the COVID-19 situation was my annual checkup with the doctor, and then we purchased a new truck. So with the doctor, she's been my doctor for I think 10 years. And so normally, she'd come in the room, shake her hand, maybe even something warmer, she put her, hand on my arm or something like that. And none of that, and then even normally she'd walk me out, it was, keep the social distancing. I left on my own. With the truck purchase, again, it was a really big purchase, and it was very different, where they just kind of handed us the keys. They didn't go with us on any of the test drives. Obviously, I gave them a large amount of business, and there was no handshakes between the salesperson or the finance person. So I mean, it was appropriate, but it was very different, and it was one of those times where you really noticed it, and it was yeah, this is different. And then I think the third example I'd have would be sort of a cause and effect. I keep coming home and stress eating, and so I keep getting fatter. And so when my wife hugs me, she goes, ew, and makes that face. So sort of a cause and effect situation related to COVID-19. Thank you.